Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show for Friday, December the 3rd, 2021. Welcome to another eBay video. Today we're going to be discussing more about your comments, questions, and concerns from last week's video. We're also going to talk about appealing cases on eBay and canceling orders from troublesome buyers. Some more interesting things have cropped up since my last video. But one thing that hasn't changed is the weather. It is still cloudy and rainy. We have not had a single sunny day in almost 2 weeks. And they're even saying rain for Monday. So let's go back inside and let's get the video started. All right, guys, let's get started. I'm going to start out by reading your comments, questions, and concerns from last week. M. Qua wrote in with a comment about selling on eBay. We sellers from long ago remember how great eBay was to connect with that buyer who couldn't find what he or she was looking for anywhere else. And we sellers didn't care if eBay was the only game in town. Now for sellers, it's like being stranded on a desert island with your worst enemy when he has a gun and you have no weapon. On eBay search, Joseph Swerzeski wrote in, "My wife just yelled from the other room. She thought I was repeating what I had said about my sales this weekend. It was you talking and repeating what I had said to her previously. However, I do not sell auto stuff. eBay's very poor search and loss of buyers is having a major impact on me. Having been a seller since 1998, I've never seen it so bad. eBay continues to make money at the expense of the sellers and use the money to buy back stock, but not on promotion on Google, etc. However, it was 78 today in sunny Florida. That is the good news. Be safe and keep up the good work." 78 and sunny. I could only wish. Joel Dotson and several other people wrote in about sales. Joel said, "I have been way slower. 3 sales today. Normally on a Monday by noon, I would have sold 7 to 10 items." Yo Man wrote, "I like both camera views. I ran my first sale Friday to Monday, 10% off. I had only 4 sales over the weekend. No sales today as of 2 p.m. Did you see eBay sent a text message to drive traffic to their Cyber Monday highlight vendors on the front page of eBay? Not to all sellers on eBay, and personally, I think that's really crap." You know, I want to jump in here and expound on his comment. It has been said, and it seems to bear fruit, that eBay is only seeming to be interested in people who sell high-end sneakers, watches, and trading cards. That is not what eBay was built upon. That is not the principle that was in effect when we all joined. When we joined, eBay was a bunch of mom-and-pop sellers and small sellers, like us, selling everyday items. It's changing, all right? And not for the better. eBay wants to go after those big ticket items, and they're leaving the small sellers in the dust, in my opinion. All right? And it's the small sellers that account for the backbone of eBay. We're the ones that pay the fees. Ed Bay said, "Joe, my weekend sales were excellent. Shipped a lot out Monday morning. However, right now it's 4:30 p.m. on Cyber Monday. Not one freaking sale. So far, a total bust." Cyber Monday was awful this year. One of the worst I've ever encountered. I didn't get my first sale till after 4 p.m. either. Ricaro wrote, "Cyber Monday and Thanksgiving weekend sales have been great. Knock on wood that it continues through Christmas. By the way, it was sunny and blue skies out here in Southern California with a comfortable 78 degrees. For some reason, New Mexico has given me the most problems as far as selling on eBay." I'm telling you, a lot of people have been writing in telling me how beautiful their weather is, and I'm starting to feel Like the proverbial lost son, no pun intended there. M. Tracy Klein wrote, "Nice video, Joe. Sending you lots of sunshine from Los Angeles. Love the camera angle. No sales either. Crickets. I'm not a huge seller, but all of my items are new with tags for the holidays. Blessings and lots of cha-chings. Tracy." Marcin Biankowski wrote in with a story about sending Office to watchers. And I'm going to read you his little encounter. And tell me what you think. Is this a glitch, or could this have been a mistake? Marcin writes, "Oh my, I have to share this one with you good people. I know, Joe, you've encountered almost every possible eBay scenario, but probably not this one. So this weekend we sent out around 300 Office 2 watches, and we sold 3 items. Now, one of them I noticed was sold for $10 plus $30 shipping. It was a large Saab door panel, but we listed it originally for $148.95 plus $30 shipping. So I said to myself, no way would we ever sell it for $10. We'd be losing money. So I called eBay. You know what they said? Guess. You sent him a 95% discounted offer. I was like, what? The math doesn't even add up. We did send offers out in bulk, but it's impossible to say that it could be an eBay glitch. They said, no way, we don't know about any recent glitches. So I asked him to help me cancel this so the buyer wouldn't get upset with us. And you probably know what they said. Sorry, can't do it. We don't have any known glitches. You have to do it on your own if you like. Next thing we did, sent the message to the buyer, explained the situation, and then canceled the order. Now you know what's coming. Yeah, you're right. Nasty reply from the buyer. Oh my God, we are thieves, it's unfair, BS sellers, lawsuit threat, etc. Unbelievable. Okay, let's talk a little bit about that. My first question to you, Marcin, is when you send out Office 2 watchers, in what format are you doing it? I always send out a dollar amount, and I always do it individually. So let's say I'm going to send out 30 Office tonight. I will start scrolling through the items that have watches, and I'll look for the most expensive ones, like yours, $148, and I will send that particular buyer an offer for, let's say, $125, hoping he will take it. I do them one at a time. I do not do them in bulk. I don't want any possible mistakes. What I think you said you were doing is you're sending out percentage off offers as opposed to actual dollar amounts like I do it. So that could be how the mistake came about. I can tell you that I myself have almost made the same kind of mistake you did, only with dollar amounts. So let's say I have an item for $148 and I want to send out an offer for $125. There have been times when I accidentally entered the amount of $12.50. But luckily, I double checked it before I confirmed it and I saw what I was doing. And of course, I corrected it to $125. But like I said, it's almost happened to me several times, and I can definitely understand it happened to somebody and getting through and you not catching it. As for what I would do if I accidentally sent somebody out an offer that was way too cheap, to be honest with you, I think it would depend on the item and the circumstances before I made my decision. On canceling orders, Jose Martinez wrote, Joe, how did you cancel the item? Something wrong with the buyer's address or item out of stock? Just curious. Also, if you use something wrong with the buyer's address, could the buyer then turn around and leave you negative feedback? By negative feedback, I mean the buyer can claim there is nothing wrong with his address, if that's the reason you used, and seller violating the eBay policy unjustly due to nothing being wrong with his or her address. This just occurred to me. He's asking about the troublesome buyer that I told you about, I believe it was on Monday's video, where the person paid for an item and afterwards attempted to change the terms of the shipping, wanting express shipping, and I absolutely refused it, canceled the item, and I moved on. To answer your question, Jose, I chose buyer asked to cancel because I've been told that if you choose that option, the buyer cannot leave you negative feedback. Now, had I chose something wrong with the buyer's address, and had they given me any lip about it, or had they given me any lip about this particular transaction, I am confident that if I would have contacted eBay, they would have seen that he would have tried to change the terms of shipping after the sale, and I'm sure that they would have removed the negative feedback. So I'm not concerned about that at all. On troublesome locations, I told you guys my worst state, my most troublesome state to ship to is Louisiana, and none come close, not even close. The following people wrote in with their locations. Biscuit Butt wrote, Joe, my Cyber Monday sales are lost in cyberspace. The U.S. territory that I have the most problems with is Puerto Rico. As John with Flippin' Ain't Easy always says, they're all invited to the block party. Joel Dotson wrote, Pennsylvania is by far my worst buyers. I cringe when I see my items sold to somebody there, followed by Hawaii. Kilo 1212 replied to him and said, yes, me too. California and Ohio are second and third. Victor Escalante wrote, the most problematic sellers in my case come from New York. Sorry, Joe. Victor, you said sellers. I think maybe you meant buyers. And if that is the case, there's no reason to be sorry. If that's your experience, that's your experience, okay? I'm not backing down from mine. Nobody gives me more consternation than a buyer from Louisiana. And I've got the track record to prove it. Mercedes Lux wrote a really long comment, which I've truncated for brevity. She has an interesting story and an idea. Thank you for this video, Joe. Changing the subject, has anyone seen any eBay commercials? I have not. And another subject change. I know this will never happen, but when you cancel a sale due to a buyer as the one you had or other circumstances from other unruly and demanding buyers, it sure would be nice for eBay to give another choice to check off when canceling a sale. This is the choice I would like to see eBay have as an option from sellers to choose. And the option would be changes demanded by the buyer after the sale, or buyer not honoring binding contract by making demands after purchase. Take care, Joe. Two topics to address there. I have not seen a single eBay commercial myself. I don't claim to be the biggest TV watcher, but when I do watch TV, I haven't seen any eBay commercials at all, nor have I heard any on the radio. If any of you guys have, please tell me the venues you've seen the commercials and the gist of them. As far as her other idea, with the possible new option that could be added when you're canceling a sale from an unruly buyer, I think that's an excellent idea, but I don't see it happening. Daniel Scales wrote in with a comment, and his comment will be the last one I'm going to read today. And it basically covers just about every topic I mentioned in my last video. He wrote, I'm selling an eBay Motors. Cyber Monday is definitely slower than a usual Monday. I usually get 8 on Cyber Monday versus 12 on a typical Monday. I do not run sales, promotions, offers to watches, or other BS. I do not reset my store. As far as troublesome buyers, he wrote, California, Florida, and New York are the most troublesome states. California is by far the worst. Missouri does not even make the top 10 troublesome states for me. I did experience a substantial increase in number of return requests this past weekend. The season between Thanksgiving and early January is typically the slowest season of the year in terms of sale in eBay Motors. And he is dead on about that. He is so right. I dread the period from Thanksgiving to January 1st. It is my slowest time of the year in eBay Motors. And I think everybody in eBay Motors experiences that problem as well. A couple interesting things happened to me since Monday regarding sales on eBay. And the first one is I had another person with zero feedback join eBay to buy my item, pay for it, and then do the old eBay tap dance where they contact me and start asking questions after the purchase is made. Oh my God! Why would any sensible adult behave in such a manner? If I'm buying something, you can be sure I'm going to be asking questions first if I have a question about size or fitment. I would never buy the item and then start asking the questions, and that's what happened to me again. So what I did was I wrote back to the person and said, you're supposed to ask all these questions before purchasing, not afterwards. As it so happened, by sheer luck, all of these persons' questions could be answered in a positive manner, meaning that they purchased the right item for the vehicle after all, and I didn't have to go and cancel the sale. But I would have canceled it in a heartbeat, in a freaking heartbeat, had there been any slight problems whatsoever. I'm now going to stop and I'm going to take my first drink from the Fox News Cup of Life. This is the ceremonial Fox News Cup of Life. Happy is he who drinks from it. Okay. I noticed a very, very concerning thing on a Facebook post a couple of days ago. Oh my God! Did you hear that? Something just sold on eBay. You know what I gotta do? I'm in the money. I'm in the money. I just made my first sale on eBay. Yep. I just made my first sale on eBay today, and that was it. Okay? So yeah, where was I? Oh yeah. So this lady made an interesting Facebook post. I want to share it with you, and I'm going to probably try and insert a screenshot in here because you need to see this. She was searching for a particular doll. She was using the Microsoft browser. I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not, but this is something you guys need to see. She went on eBay and she found the doll she wanted, and it was, I think, $74 or something like that. And immediately on the right side, a pop-up screen appeared and it said, you can get this doll cheaper elsewhere. And it showed the same doll maybe on Etsy or Mercari or Amazon. So let me just cut this video up now. I want to slip that screenshot in there for you. And I want you guys to look at this and give me your opinion. So yeah, guys, I don't know what to make of that. I'm not a code slinger. That is probably my Achilles heel. But you guys who understand this kind of thing better, would you please jump in and tell us what's going on in that case? Why is that happening? She's using the Microsoft browser, as you can see. I always use Chrome, and I've never had this happen before. But at the very least, it's concerning. What's causing this? Who's behind it? Have you experienced it? Please comment in the comment section below if you would. My sales this past week have been much slower than usual. However, I'm still making money, all right? I'm still down approximately 28%, and that's where I seem to be hovering. For you guys who depend on the fourth quarter and the Christmas rush, you know, I feel sorry for you. I really do. because I don't think it's going to be a boom like it was last year. Now, last year we had COVID working in our favor, and every day was Christmas. I mean, it was crazy. It was good, and we all made money. I don't see that happening this year. And it's for a lot of reasons, not just because anything to do with COVID. I'm very concerned about the eBay changes that were made recently to search and to our stores. In my opinion, our store landing page is worthless. Worthless, all right? However, on the bright side, like I said previously, my customers usually don't go to my store landing page and search for my items there. They don't do that. They Google the item they want, and it leads them to my item on eBay, and they make the purchase. And if they do purchase something from me on eBay, it's extremely unlikely they're going to want to go to my store and search for other items because I sell on eBay Motors. So what that means is if they purchase an item, let's say they own a 1986 Chevrolet Caprice, and they purchase something for that, the odds are they're not going to need something for a second car in their household. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying it's very, very unlikely. So while the store landing page does, the new store landing page does disappoint greatly, I don't see it as a huge problem as far as losing sales. But what I really hate about it is just the other day, I wanted to go into my store categories to see if I had a certain item listed. And if I didn't, I was going to relist it or list it. So I went into my store, and first I had to click on See All Categories. All right, it happened to be Mazda that I was looking for. So I clicked on Mazda, and it showed maybe, let's just say, 9 items. So it led me to believe I only had 9 items, but at the very bottom, there's another link that says See All. Very few people are going to click that link. I didn't almost notice it. Then I clicked it, and the rest of my Mazda items came up that were hidden. That should not be that way. When you click on a store listing category, all right, everything should come up. So I clicked on Mazda, the first 9 items came up. If I continue scrolling, the remainder of them should show. We shouldn't have to click See freaking All. Who came up with that idea? I'm not a code slinger, but man, even I can tell you that's not a good idea. And to get that changed, oh my God, you need an executive order from the President of the freaking United States. It's like it's the biggest thing to get that changed, all right? Don't think I haven't tried, guys. The standard response is, thank you for your input. We will send this off to the proper team. I know some of you guys have gotten that same response, but I don't think it's a big deal. I think this is an easy change that could be handled with alacrity. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, as I said, sales have been slower this week, but you know, I still made sales, so I'm really not going to complain. As long as I make sales, I don't complain, and you guys know that I have a history of not complaining about sales. I feel that this channel should be about talking about what we can do to help make more sales. Like if there's a problem on eBay, for instance, we talked about just now the stores categories being an utter fail. We got to talk about that. If there's any problems, we have to bring them to light. All right? It's for the good of all eBay sellers. A couple of other things I'll talk about briefly that I've never talked about before. Do you ever get customers contacting you through eBay messages wanting you to do work for them even though they have not bought anything from you and have no intention of buying anything from you? This is something that happens to me at least twice a month. It happened again this month, and I want to tell you what they did and how you should handle this if it happens to you. So I had some items listed for a Subaru. And a guy wrote to me and said, I see you have some hubs listed for a Subaru. I'm going to buy them, but I would like to know if you can locate a right-hand side taillight for me, because I really need it. How would you guys have gone about that? Now, I knew right away he had no intention of buying my hubs, okay? So what I wrote to him, I said, as soon as you buy my hubcaps, I will search for your taillight and I will get back to you at that time. He never bought anything. Now, no surprise, but he wanted me to go and do all that work and look for his taillight, and he had no intention of buying my hubs. I don't work for free. Had he bought the items from me, then yes, I would have looked around for him, as I have in the past. Another thing that happens periodically is what I call the cheapest of the cheapskate. Sometimes I have really small items that I do closeout sales on. Let me just grab something here. Sometimes I have these alloy wheel plugs. They're center plugs for alloy wheels. And I get them dirt cheap. So I sell them dirt cheap. I'll sell a set of them for maybe $20 or $25. Okay? Do you know I will have people that will contact me and say, how much for one? I'm not kidding. And I absolutely refuse to break up a set because it's easier to sell 4 than it is to sell 3. And if I did break it up, what am I going to charge them for one? $5? $6? I don't work for $5, guys. All right? I made more than that per hour when I worked in the supermarket as a kid. So yeah, I think that's basically all we're going to cover today. I'd like to remind you guys that I'm Crazy New York Driver and you're not. Thank you for watching this video. Every Friday I come out here and I make these videos to try and help you stay successful as an eBay seller. If you think I'm doing a good job, please leave me a thumbs up. It tells me I'm on point and appreciated. If you don't think I did a good job, please tell me in the comment section what you'd like me to hit up, and I'll be glad to try and do it next week. Remember, I'm a seller friend, not a seller critic or skeptic of any kind. I've solved a lot of problems. I'm still making money online. I've never worn a mask on any of my videos, and I never will. I've never distorted my voice on a video because I feel it's dishonest and unscrupulous. So heck yeah, I'm a CEO and a CFO of my own company. That being said, guys, go out there, make a ton of money on eBay, rock on, and peace! Not much of an epilogue today. It's been kind of a boring week. You know, with Cyber Monday letdown, that really bummed me out. Really bummed me out. I mean, somebody wrote in last week's comments and said there's no such thing as Cyber Monday. But when you watch the news on TV, apparently they didn't get the message because that's all they talk about is Cyber Monday and Small Business Saturday and Black Friday and all that. So yeah, guys, do you think there's any chance when I make my next video, whether I wait till next Friday or whether I come out during the week, do you think we'll ever get one sunny day? You know, I know there's a few of you guys, I'm not going to throw out any names because I don't roll that way. There's a few of you guys that actually are sick of me complaining about the cloudy weather. But you have to understand 2 things. This hurts me tremendously. I rely on the sun to take all my pictures for my eBay listings. No sun, I can't take any pictures outside, and it's killing me. 2 weeks of this. All right? Some pictures of these wheel plugs I can get away with taking on my desk here in the office. I can do that at least for the cheap items, but it really hurts me. And it even hurts me locally because people get depressed and don't want to go out when it's cloudy and rainy. All right? And, you know, don't criticize someone until you've walked a mile in their shoes. Think how you would feel if you had to get up every single day to clouds. And don't say, well, Joe, I would move, because you wouldn't. You wouldn't. It's a lot of work, especially when you've lived here all your life. Anyway, guys, nothing else to say but don't be bitchy!